Rolling.
Rolling, 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 roll high.
Did you come to Falmouth because of the surf?
I probably should say no, but it definitely did factor into my decision making. You get properly hooked on it. The bug, the surfing bug. It's an expensive bug to have. I woke up at 6 this morning after going to bed at 2:33ish to go for a nice early morning surf at Gadreevy. I get my kicks, be out in nature, often on your own is fab, and just, yeah, the raw power of nature is brilliant for me.
Is there anything that would convince you to stop surfing?
I don't know, probably not unless I got like really badly injured in some way. But you don't hear too many, not like my level of surfing, just sort of surfing like 8 foot max sort of waves. It's when you sort of get like the big wave surfers, big competitive surfers on reefs and stuff, and that's when you start to get a bit more dangerous.
Are you going to get into that, do you reckon?
Yeah, probably.
It's the really dangerous stuff.
Do you ever worry about Will when he goes out surfing?
I mean, I don't worry that much, but if he goes on his own, you got to tell people what time you're meant to be out, or like give him a text. We're both quite competent. I mean, if we were like going out and we didn't know how to swim or rips or anything like that, I think it'd be pretty stupid. But I think he's quite aware.
Do you see you and Will going surfing around the world?
Yeah, why not? I mean, we've made plans about surfing abroad. I mean, I had those plans already, and I'm sure Will did, but it's nice to have someone to surf with. There's just so many places to go. I mean, we've talked a lot about Australia and New Zealand because the breaks there are like legendary, aren't they? I mean, Cornwall. I mean, look at the breaks in like Cornwall and where I live. Like they're top UK. So yeah, we talk about that a lot. We have the same drives, I guess.
I wouldn't say anyone really got me into surfing. I didn't really know anyone who surfed when I started surfing and stuff. It wasn't like a family thing or anything. I just started doing it on my own. My family are not like they're adventurous and they do lots of hiking and lots of mountaineering and stuff, but not like adrenaline, it's not like skating or skiing or anything. My parents were not a fan of taking me surfing. They hate it, absolutely hate it. They always like, you've got to go with someone, you can't surf if it's too big, you can't paddle out there if it's rips and all that, but that's when I used to take me, but now I go on my own all the time. I just drive down and...
But they don't like that either.
Oh, they don't know. They don't know. I
They
tell
don't
them.
know.
Do you think he tells his parents?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. My parents, they've just always surfed. They live in Australia and they just surfed their entire time there. And then once I got more interested, I like taught myself. But yeah, they got me into it. And I've always lived by the sea, so it's kind of like the thing to do.
The surf culture is a global culture. It's quite... Everyone from all over the world knows the same sort of things and all the rules and everything. There's like the two stereotypes in surfing. You like long hair, lives in a van, who's a stoner, and then you got sort of like skinhead, really hardcore kind of like adrenaline junkie surfers. So I'm probably a sweet mix of the both, to be honest with you. And of course there are people who do just, smoke all day, live in a van, surf the life away, and that is, that's a lifestyle. I wouldn't mind living that lifestyle, to be honest with you, but a lot of surfers, I think especially in this country as well, it's cold in the winters. When it's a good surf, it's freezing, and you can't. If you're like thinking like laying around, that you can't be lazy and be a surfer because you've got to have some crazy willpower. Sometimes if it's like snowing, howling on shore, you just like pull your whole head to toe of nearpin, just your face sticking out. You can't be too lackluster with that. Otherwise, you ain't getting out of bed. I am most definitely environmentally conscious, as much as I can be. Well, I've always loved being outside and being in nature. Wanting to protect it and learn about it was sort of just a natural growth for me, really. But yeah, I've always wanted to do it ever since I was tiny, like 3. My mum's very environmental conscious, like goes to all Extinction Rebellion protests and stuff. My dad is big into his wildlife, and my course is I do conservation, biology and ecology. So yeah, very ecology based and very animal and plants relationships.
Mine's marine biology. and Will's is ecology conservation. So they're the same but different shapes. So mine's all like marine conservation, marine biology, and then we can do like the same modules because we like have some overlap with our choices.
I'd say as sort of demographics people go, I'd say surfers are very, very environmentally conscious purely because they're in this sort of the sea the entire time and they see what they see up close, sort of environmental degradation can do, that sewage going out or plastics or whatever. You're in it, you know, it's grim if you're out in there, there's loads of plastic or loads of sewage. You don't want that, so you want to be conscious of it.
You'll see surfers advocating like surfers against sewage and like pickups on the beach, like litter cleanups, because a lot of like people do that after a surf, they clean up.
Cornwall's probably one of the best places I've surfed for being very, very clean and very, you know, you can almost, wherever you go, you can see your feet and the water clarity is fantastic. Back home, one of my local breaks back home is right next to Talbot Steelworks, and that's not good for pollution. That's, yeah.
Can you see your feet in the water?
No, try your hands.
Can't see your hands.
Yeah, it's like maybe 2 inches, 3 inches, and that's about much as you can see down on a clear day.
Do you think the surfing community could do something as a whole, as a collective, other than what they're already doing, like beach cleans?
I don't know of anything else they could do as a community. I mean, raising awareness, which we already are doing. In concerns to the environment right now, it's like the 2030 goal, isn't it? You're seeing everywhere, like the university. I mean, Joe Biden's just committed to by 2030 cutting like America's emissions by 50%. Like that, we've made that goal in the UK, but I don't think any plan has been put towards it. There's no steps.
Jobs in the environmental sector are very varied and sometimes hard to get, very competitive. But yeah, I definitely hope to be in that. At the moment, I don't know, maybe go into academia, so like research, lab work, that kind of stuff. Or like politics. But yeah, I'm not too sure yet, really.
I would love to work in marine biology conservation or anything surrounding that science, like environment, like sustainability and stuff like that. That would be great. But I don't really mind what I do. I mean, me and Will talk about either going into science degree or just like doing a plant nursery. Like, I don't really mind what I end up doing.
Do you think your life would change if you didn't have surfing?
I don't know, probably a little bit. I'd probably have to find some new hobbies. I would be bored. I've done bits of climbing in the past. I'm shite at skiing. It was awful. I could snowboard, but I couldn't ski to save my life. I think I'll just stick to surfing.